Hi, everyone. Thank you again so much for being here. We are really excited to start our Foothill Country Day School's evening panel series. So, whether you are here with us live watching this session or watching us on the YouTube page or on social media, we're really excited to have you here today. As the first session, we wanted to give you an introduction to Foothill to learn more about our community as well as go over the admissions process and financial assistance. I have two other people here today with us, so I would love to have them introduce ourselves, starting with our head of school.
Thank you, Colette. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you all. My name is Mike Silva, and I'm head of school. I'm in my 15th year as head of school at Foothill.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jamie Lashy. I'm the admissions associate, and I work closely with Colette throughout the whole admissions process. And I'm also here to support you while you go through this application process. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to mention too, all of the pictures you're going to see throughout this slideshow are current students. So we really hope after watching this, you schedule a tour to come visit us soon and see campus in action, because while we're here today, we know the best way to get to know our community is for you to come see it yourselves. And with that, we're just going to briefly go over the agenda. We'll go over our other virtual panel series. We'll hear an introduction to Foothill. We'll review the admissions process and our financial assistance process and open it up to questions from the audience. As I mentioned, this is the first of our virtual evening panel series. Every week for the next few months on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, we'll be here on the Zoom, or you'll be watching these on YouTube, and you'll be able to hear from different constituents in our community. So next week we have Meet Our Parents. We are also going to have opportunity to meet our preschool team, the Seedling School for our youngest learners. After that, we'll have the opportunity to hear from our kindergarten through second grade teachers, our third through fifth grade teachers, our sixth through eighth grade teachers, and we round out the series by hearing from our current students and alums. So we really hope that you can join us. And again, if you're not able to, we will record these sessions, but we love to have audience interaction and hear your questions as well. And so with that, really to introduce the school, I'm going to hand this back over to our head of school, Mike Silva.
Thank you, Colette. Well, as you can see there at the first bullet point, we were founded in 1954. We're celebrating our 70th anniversary, and it has just been a wonderful experience and privilege to serve the Foothill community for as long as I have. And the one thing that I've learned over my nearly 15 years of serving the community is that we are through and through an academic institution. And if that was part of our founding value, that was a part of our founding ideal, really, is to ensure that our students develop the foundation necessary to pursue excellence in academics and in character, and eventually be prepared to become leaders of the future. And again, we do that by pursuing excellence in academics and in character. We start very early in building that academic foundation appropriate to our students' developmental readiness. But nevertheless, again, the focus is on ensuring that our students can read and write and speak and communicate clearly, and also think and solve problems and work well with others across differences, as we like to say. We're an established mission-driven school. As I mentioned, we're in our 70th year on the same plot of land in on the western edge of Claremont. We were carved out of citrus groves, and today that's about 7 acres of land, and we're very proud of it. We have beautiful, safe, very functional, high-functioning facilities. And our mission, as I said, is to be a safe and inclusive community and ensure that our students are prepared for the rigors of intellectual inquiry, to be excellent students, but also to develop a sense of service and compassion and courage to move forward in life and to stand on the foundation that they develop at Foothill. We're a student-focused environment, and you heard me just mention developmental readiness. And so we do look at where students are and where their appropriate stage is to take on more and more challenge as they move through the classrooms and the grade levels. We just adopted an 8-day cycle, and I won't go into the details of that, but for decades we were on the typical Monday through Friday 5-day learning cycle. And after a year of research, and working with an outside consultant, we just launched our 8-day learning cycle this year. And all of it was aimed at ensuring that the student experience matched the mission and matched the ideals of the mission. And so what that means in a nutshell is that for our younger students, there is more teaching time in the core academic subjects of reading, writing, and mathematics, also fewer transitions for our younger students. For our older students, it means that there is more opportunity for mental resets throughout the day, also fewer transitions, and more time for focused opportunities with teachers and other instructors to get additional support as needed. And that final point there, and this is why I bring up the 8-day cycle, is we do everything that we possibly can with intention and with a focus on the student experience. And we've made enough. We've made enough mistakes when maybe we've taken our eye off the ball a little bit when it comes to ensuring that the purpose that we set out with is still intact at the end of our work. And those times have been few and far between, but we've learned, as we hope our students learn. And as we move forward into this year, as I mentioned, with this new 8-day cycle, we're confident and secure that how we organize a student's time while they're on campus will in fact have the intended outcomes of ensuring that our students, again, develop the proper foundation for lives as future leaders. This slide here, I just love. This is a shot of some very happy middle school students. We call our grades 6 through 8 are in fact the middle school years, but we call it at Foothill our upper school. So these are our upper school students. After another successful speech and debate tournament, we have a championship speech and debate team that's been operating for many years. And we just opened it up to 5th graders. So 5th through 8th grade can take part in this wonderful opportunity. And this is one example. We also have competition math clubs. We have Thespian Society that is award-winning as well. And through these are examples of clubs and extracurricular opportunities that Foothill students have to develop their leadership skills. And that goes to that second bullet point there. That's obviously, these are obviously outside the classroom pursuits, but inside the classroom and during the school day, every student starting in 4th grade gives a community speech, and we come together every day in community. And the community speech has become a hallmark of the Foothill experience, where a student stands up in front of well over 100 of their peers, and parents are of course present for that, and they give a prepared presentation on a predetermined topic. And these are large topics: justice, love, collaboration, treating others with kindness, service. And so to hear 4th through 8th graders speak on these topics every day of the year in community is something special. And it goes to the heart of our intentions to ensure that our students, again, can think well, can communicate clearly, and quite literally, when it comes to something like a community speech, stand behind what it is that they have to say.
Thank you so much, Mike. And I want to say too, if you have questions for our head of school, you're welcome to put them in the chat box or ask at the end. And if you would like to hear more about all the things Mike talked about, again, we have the virtual evening panel series over the next 2 months talking to our constituents. So I would say you should definitely tune in to hear those additional sessions. And so now I want to talk a bit about the application process. You're thinking about applying to Foothill because you're here today, and we would love to have you apply. Like I said, it's a very inclusive, intentional community, and we've really tried to streamline the application as much as possible to make it easy for families, because we know you live very busy lives. I'm going to go over the timeline for the application process. We have, in a sense, 2 timelines. One is our priority round of applications, which happens happen in the late winter and early spring. And then we do have rolling admissions based on space availability. So anytime you're watching this, I would highly recommend contacting the admissions office to see if there's space available. Right now, we are in that priority process. So if you are interested in applying for fall 2026, our priority application deadline is Friday, January 23rd. So we simply want to make sure that we have your application in our final site software program by Friday, January 23rd. The next important day is Friday, February 6th, because by Friday, February 26th, we want to make sure to have all of the additional application pieces. And we're going to go over that momentarily, but we want to make sure when you log in to view your checklist items for the application requirements, those are complete by February 6th. Friday, March 13th is our notification day, so we notify all families of the decisions on that day. And if you are admitted, we ask that you submit your contract by Friday, March 20th. So we would love to have you go through this process. Again, we'll be notifying all families by Friday, March 13th. And if you're watching this video at a later date, we do have rolling admissions based on limited space availability. So you should never hesitate to contact our office and see where we are in terms of space. The application process looks a little different for kindergarten through second grade and third through eighth grade. So I'm going to go over those differences now with you. So for kindergarten through second grade, we require the following things. You will see this online in Final Site as part of your application process. You will fill out an application and pay the application fee. If you do contact the admissions office, we can give you a fee waiver. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out. In addition to that, if you are applying to kindergarten, we do ask for a preschool recommendation from their current teacher, and you're going to enter your teacher's name and their email address online. If you're applying to first or second grade, we require their current teacher's recommendation as well as transcripts from that year. So for example, if you're applying for first grade, we would need transcripts from kindergarten, or for second grade, we would need them for kindergarten and first. All families have a virtual parent interview with someone from the admissions team. It's an opportunity for us to get to know you better. Typically, we do it virtually because we can offer times that work for families, but if you'd like to have your parent interview in person, we can do that as well. And then we also require a Saturday visit day. So there are multiple Saturdays to pick from during the admissions process, but it is an hour and a half that we like to get to know your child better. These are led by our current teachers at Foothill, as well as administrators. And again, you'll be able to choose the date that works for your family. If you are currently enrolled at our preschool, the Seedling School, we do not require you to do a Saturday visit day. We have some time in February we redo in-class visits. So if you have questions about that, please don't hesitate to contact us. And last but not least, if you are interested in applying for financial assistance, we recommend you do that on a similar timeline as the application process. Now, for third through eighth grade, the students are a little bit older, so there are some similarities in what you're required to do and a few special things for them as well. Similar to kindergarten through second grade, they ask that you submit an online application. We will ask for a teacher, school recommendation from the last year and their transcripts. You will also have a virtual parent interview, and again, we can do those virtually or in person depending on what you prefer. Now, for third through eighth grade, we do schedule a school visit day. And when you go onto your online application, you will see that there are multiple days in January, February, or early March where we invite your student to come participate in a day at Foothill. They will have a buddy for the day. They get to visit in a homeroom teacher and experience classes and also make new friends. So we love that this is an opportunity that we can provide to our prospective students. In addition, with third through eighth grade, we also ask that they take part in an assessment. Most of the students applying to Foothill Country Day School are coming from other public schools in the area. So we've decided to go with the STAR virtual assessment for reading and writing. This will be scheduled through our admissions office, and we do these virtually, so we can schedule it at a time either early in the morning or late in the afternoon, so it doesn't coincide with their school schedule. And you'll be able to do all of this again through your portal. And again, if you're interested in applying for financial assistance, the timeline is similar, and we're going to go over those steps now. If you are interested in financial assistance, we highly recommend you apply. The program that Foothill Country Day School uses is Clarity. And if you express interest in financial assistance, you will receive a series of emails from our office with additional information about Clarity, submitting the form, and Clarity also has a live Q&A that they're doing in the beginning of December and every month that you can participate in to learn more about the program. What we require for our financial assistance application, it's really three things. One of the reasons we went with Clarity is because they work with the IRS, so you don't have to submit any additional paperwork. But if we do have any questions, the business office will follow up, and we ask that you just respond and answer any additional questions we have of your family while going through that process. Some common questions that we get about financial assistance. The first one is my family eligible? I would say if you are interested in applying for FA, you should absolutely contact us. You can let our business office, our senior accountant, our director of finance and business operations know your family situation, and we can make a recommendation if you should go through the process. But over 20% of our families receive some form of financial assistance, and we want to make this as widely available as we can to all of the members in the Claremont community and the other cities, surrounding cities as well. What factors are considered when making financial assistance decisions? There's really three key parts of it. The Financial Assistance Committee looks at your family's assets, the things you own, and your income. We also weigh that with family debt, and that might be the number of students you have in your household attending a private school, maybe school debt if you own a home, and also any additional extenuating financial circumstances. And then we look at the amount of assistance our school is able to provide, and we want to support the most amount of families being able to attend our school. So those three things determine a financial assistance package. And if you have more specific questions about your family situation, please don't hesitate to contact us, and we can, let you know directly what would be considered in your family's package. The last question is, will my family continue to receive financial assistance each year we're at Foothill? I think this is important because we want to keep our families at Foothill Country Day School. And so typically, if your family has similar finances year by year, the financial assistance package does not change. If you have any extenuating circumstances, it's important to let our office know that. And we do require that each family apply year by year. But if there's no major change in your family's circumstance, the packages typically stay the same. We know that you're making a commitment in the school, and we want to make that commitment with you as well. And so really some key takeaways from this session. As Mr. Silva said at the beginning, we have a mission-driven approach. We are an established pre-K through 8th grade school in Claremont, and we've been here for 70 years, and we want to be here for 70 more years, and that is very important to us. We want to provide a clear and supportive admissions process that's streamlined so that your family understands what the expectations are, and we're committed to inviting all families who want to be here into our community. So accessibility through our financial assistance program is very important, and if you're interested, we highly recommend you apply. And I wanted to hand it off to our head of school again to talk about our last key takeaway in partnership and purpose.
Thank you, Colette. And I think really the partnership between school and home is key. It always has been. We were founded by a small group of parents looking for a school or hoping to found a school where their children would be known and understood, and really guided by excellent teaching toward a life of learning and future leadership. And that's what we've stayed true to all these years over the decades. And that's been our purpose, really, is to develop future leaders through, again, small classrooms, a comprehensive, engaging, challenging program on beautiful, safe facilities year after year after year. And so we do hope that you continue to stay interested and will, in fact, pursue the application process for your student at Foothill.
And with that, we just want to say a big thank you. Thank you for attending this session today and for listening to Mike and myself talk a little bit more about the school and the application process. Again, if maybe you're here and a partner or a friend isn't, they can watch this on our YouTube within the next few weeks. And this QR code is actually a QR code to our Experience Foothill page on our website. You can coordinate and come to an open house if you want an individualized tour. If you want to look at the opportunities for you to come experience campus yourself, you can just scan that QR code and see the different opportunities. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording and we're going to open it up to questions from the audience. And thank you again for being here today.